すぐにどこにいても待ってほしい青空を見ている私ひまわりのように咲き出し夏になりピカピカの太陽元気いっぱい笑顔の魔法青空を見ている私ひまわりのように咲き出し夏になりピカピカの太陽元気いっぱい笑顔の魔法不思議な感じ日々の魔法未来を描くイメージはひまわり心を開いて My dream 前を向いて本当に好きな人には好きって伝えるよずっとずっと一緒にいたい愛の花を咲かせよ会いたいよすぐにどこにいても待ってほしい未来を描くイメージはひまわり心を開いて My dream 前を向いて青空を見ている私ひまわりのように咲き出し
family, welcome to the Indie Game Awards. My name is Mike Towndrow.
And I'm Kyle Stevenson. We are a couple of the folks behind 6-1 Indie, a collective focus on shining the spotlight on the indies through showcases and now the Indie Game Awards.
What is an indie game? That's been the big question everyone's been asking since the award season last year. Is it about the money behind the game or some of the publishing that's going on? Is it having the independent freedom to execute your creative vision? Maybe it's that scrappy spirit we all have, like when you film an award ceremony in a beautiful studio and then the footage has a ton of technical issues, so you film your bits the week before the awards at home. Don't worry, next year will look a lot better. However you define indie, tonight it means community. Tonight is about the people who are pushing this industry forward. We're excited to have you here as we all kick off something that will hopefully outlive us all.
The IGAs represent a future where indie professionals work harmoniously together, a future that leads towards the definitive annual celebration of the indie scene. It's bigger than 6-1 Indie or any individual organization alone. Showcases such as Women-Led Games, Latin American Game Showcase, Wholesome Games, and Dames for Games have all been an integral part of making tonight a reality, along with journalists, content creators, institutes, and more who hold a passion for indies.
We also want to take a moment to give a special thanks to the sponsors who aligned with our goals and came in at the very last second to support this future that we're building towards. Pocket Pair, Very OK Vinyl, V Publishing, and the Powell Group.
We also want to give a special shout out to our friends at Playcrafting in Brooklyn, who are currently hosting the official viewing party in New York City.
Now, in case you missed it, the IGAs are solely an awards-only ceremony recognizing the achievements of the developers and their games throughout the past year. There are no new game announcements tonight. 6-1 Indie put out 2 banger showcases earlier in the year, and our friends at Women-Led Games, Latin American Game Showcase, Wholesome Games, and Day of the Devs put out outstanding shows last week. So if you missed them, we encourage you to go back and check them out after tonight's show. So before we get into the awards, here is a brief rundown on how the nominees were selected.
All of our nominees have either launched or released in 1.0 between November 1st, 2023 and November 1st, 2024. To ensure a diverse selection of indie games across all categories, each game can be nominated for only one general category. This rule does not apply to the community management, industry impact, and game of the year categories. For a detailed rundown of eligibility and how our nominees were selected, head to the link at the bottom of the screen.
And remember, tonight is a celebration. There's a reason you're not going to hear the word winner tossed around tonight. If your favorite game doesn't receive an award or wasn't nominated, that's okay. There were a lot of games out there. We encourage you to champion all of them in a positive light and continue supporting the developers.
A great way to start is head to the official IGAs Steam event, where you can find all of tonight's nominees, presenters, partners, and so many more indies from this past year.
And with that, it's time for us to get the hell out of the devs' way and start the evening.
Our first presenters launched their debut game last year and gave everyone a little case of sea madness.
Hi, we're Black Salt Games, developers of Dredge. Our first award celebrates a handful of the games that introduced a new generation of voices to the indie scene.
Stepping into game development full-time requires not just creativity, but immense courage and dedication. Taking that leap is daunting, especially in the current state of the industry.
Here are the nominees for debut game. Arranger by Furniture and Mattress LLC. Little Guardsman by Hilltop Games. Little Kitty, Big City by Double Dagger Studio. Loddlenaut by Moon Lagoon. Mullet Mad Jack by Hammer 95. Worldless by No Name Studios. And the Indie Game Award goes to Little Kitty, Big City by Double Dagger Studios.
For a studio that set a high standard right from the start, that's a high bar. Thank you guys. I'm Matt Wood. I'm the creator of Double Dagger Studio. We created Little Kitty, Big City, and oh my gosh, guys. And I and everyone on the team are so honored to be receiving this award. We're so excited. Oh my gosh. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Thank you so much for recognizing Little Kitty. Little Kitty began as a project between myself and my kids, just to teach them how to program. And it blossomed from there to what you guys see today. I've worked on a lot of games, but this is the first game that I've worked on where people regularly send me messages telling me how much the game has positively impacted their life or made things better for them, and that just means so much to me. Guys, my goodness. I set out to create something that would bring people joy, would create connections, would allow people to just relax and de-stress. And it's really touching and amazing to know that this has helped people and that we've reached our goal. I want to thank my 3 kids and my wonderful wife, because without any of them, none of this would have been possible. I want to thank my amazing team, Micah, Pip, Mike, Steve, Val, Corey, Kane, Daphne, Juliana, Alexandra, Coasterfy, Shan, Riley, Oscar, Gemma, Lucy, Maraski, Laidlaw, Nicholas, Tom, Arsenio, and everyone else that ever made the game what it is today. I want to thank Wholesome Games, because without them, the game wouldn't have had its first initial jettison into the public eye. I want to thank all the wonderful people at Nintendo and Microsoft. I want to thank our Discord and Reddit moderators, 22nd Century Toys, A Shell in the Pit, Local Heroes, and all the hardworking localizers, IOI Gamer, Pop Agenda for everything, but most of all, just for being wonderful people, all of our playtesters, and thank you to the fans for following Kitty's progress and all the encouragement and support. It means so much to us. But most of all, I want to thank the cats who make our lives better every day. Go hug your kitties. Thank you, everyone.
Games are meant to be played by everyone, so please welcome one of the fantastic folks who's actively working towards making that the standard for our industry.
Hi, my name's Jarves, and I'm a community manager at Raw Fury. But when I'm not doing that, you can find me consulting on accessibility in our industry, both in the games we make and behind the scenes. Making our industry more accessible for neurodiverse and disabled developers and players is the thing that I am most passionate about. So it was a genuine honour when I was asked to present this year's Notable Achievement in Accessibility Award. As you'll see through tonight's ceremony, gaming has the power to bring people together, to tell stories and create entire worlds. But that's most impactful when everybody can experience it. Our next category honours the developers who have made accessibility a priority, ensuring their game is playable to everybody regardless of ability. These developers have shown exceptional thought, empathy, and a deep understanding of the diverse needs of the gaming community as a whole. Here are the nominees for Notable Achievement in Accessibility. Another Crab's Treasure by Aggro Crab. Elsie by Night Shift Games. Periphery Synthetic by Shift Back Tick. Pine Hearts by Hyperluminal Games. SteamWorld Heist 2 by Thunderfall Development. Surmount, a mountain climbing adventure by Jasper Opperell and Indiana Jonas. And the Indie Game Award goes to Another Crab's Treasure by Aggro Crab.
If you're seeing this, it means we won. So thank you so much. Oh my God, thank you to the IGA. This is such an incredible honor to receive the inaugural IGA in such an important category, which is achievement and accessibility. Hey, I'm Nick. I'm the studio head at AgroCrab, and for us, when designing Another Crab's Treasure, accessibility was always something we had in mind. You know, this game is inspired by a genre and a type of game that is notorious for its difficulty, and even sometimes its crypticness and unapproachability by design, right? But, you know, for us, that's where we said, this is an opportunity to introduce new players to this type of game that we love so much. So when designing Another Crab's Treasure, every step of the way, we designed it with the intent of letting anyone play it. And to me, accessibility just means, you know, how can we get as many people as possible to enjoy this game we made? Why would you want anything else as a game developer? So thank you so much. But hey, we know why we really won. We gave Krill a gun, and the gun lets you kill any enemy in one hit, and you can enable the gun in the accessibility menu, and you can play with the gun the whole game, and that's the game. Yeah, I mean, it was a good idea, and I appreciate the accessibility advocates that we were talking to at the time. Thank you all for co-signing this idea and not making me feel like an asshole for doing it. And, you know, I think what this speaks to is really just the idea that accessibility should be fun. It shouldn't just be an afterthought. It can be something that is fun in and of itself, because that's, again, what games are all about. So yeah, I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you to my co-founder Kaylin and everyone on our team who just did an amazing job making such a big and impressive game at the small indie studio that we have. I want to thank our partners who helped us do the incredible feat of self-publishing an indie game. So Kowloon Knights, Pop Agenda, Play Everywhere, Local Heroes, Lock It QA. Thank you guys. I want to shout out and thank everyone else in this category. All your achievements are pushing the medium forward and helping accessibility as a whole. Thank you. I want to thank my mom and dad and everyone on the team's moms and dads and your mom and dad and you, the gamer, for spending $30 and getting Dark Bob Souls Pants in return. Thank you.
Yeah, I know my hair's a different colour. Someone let Petey loose with the crayons. Anyway, whilst we're on the subject of accessibility, it's my pleasure to introduce you an individual who's building a new discovery platform that's focused entirely on gamers with disabilities. To tell us more about it, please welcome Arman Nabari.
How do you know if you can play a game? That's the question that started this whole project. Currently, it's really hard for gamers with disabilities to find games that support their needs. It ultimately comes down to a lot of manual research, and that's hours upon hours of trying to use search engines, looking at different reviews to discern whether or not a game supports someone's needs. And sometimes for certain needs, like content triggers or different forms of accessibility, you really don't know unless you're also willing to potentially get spoiled for a game's story. So we wanted to make a spoiler-free, easy, accessible, fast way to find out, does a game meet my accessibility needs? My name is Arman Nobari. I have founded a studio called Good Trouble, and we're making a new way to discover accessible games called Able to Play. Able to Play is a website where gamers can discover games based on their personal accessibility needs. It's super easy to find a game on Able to Play. You add your needs and preferences to your accessibility profile. It's completely private and secure. And then when you browse games, you'll get a personalized accessibility score on every game that shows you exactly how well it meets your specific needs and preferences. We make it really, really easy to just browse and immediately see how well a game supports your needs. Click into it, get all the details, you get a summary. It's really, really easy to use. It's completely free, and it's completely private and encrypted. This project was inspired from a chapter earlier in life. I was in the hospital going through chemotherapy, fighting, and eventually beat cancer. And games are what got me through that experience. I would escape to whole other worlds going through chemo. But for friends in the hospital that I was meeting, they couldn't jump in and play games like I could due to various accessibility challenges. That experience really stuck with me over the years. And at a certain point, I just said, there has to be a better way to discover if a game is accessible enough for you to play. Over the last year, we've spoken to thousands of gamers with disabilities, and we learned there's no one-size-fits-all magic accessibility solution. Everyone's needs are so nuanced and personal, so building a platform that really supports that and adapts to each user was really our North Star in guiding how we built Able to Play. Personally, as a cancer survivor, I live with a disability, and around 1 in 3 gamers do too. So whether you need subtitles of a certain size, support for color blindness or more, or you're someone with very specific content requirements for the games you play, Able to Play is for you. I invite you to join us on Able to Play, and I hope you discover a new favorite game, because everyone deserves to play their way. Thank you.
Whether it's volleyballs or paintbrushes, our next presenter knows the fundamentals of making a visually dynamic game pop off the screen.
Hi, I'm Greg Labanov, director of indie game projects such as Beastie Ball, Chicory, Colorful Tale, and Wandersong, and I'm here today to present to you the nominees for the Visual Design Award. Visual design is probably one of my favorite aspects of games to work on. I think visuals are a really, really important part of any game project because they are the window to the soul of what your game is. By making decisions about what to show and what not to show and how to show it, you kind of make decisions about, what your vision of the world is and what your universe, what your game is about, right? But there is also the first thing players will see and what draws them into your game in the first place. So it's a really important part of any game direction is what the art looks like. So we're here today to celebrate some nominees that have made awesome projects that look both gorgeous and are using their art as a holistically interesting part of the experience. So yeah, here are the nominees for visual design. Bo, Path of the Teal Lotus by Split Shock Studios. Crow Country by SFB Games. Harold Halibut by Slow Bros. Haunty by Moonloop Games. The Plucky Squire by All Possible Futures. And Ultros by Haduk. And the Indie Game Award goes to Harold Halibut by Slow Bros.
Hi, my name is Onat and I'm the director and composer of Harold Halibut. And on behalf of our entire team, I would like to say how deeply honored and grateful we are to receive this award for visual design. Thank you to the Indie Game Awards organizers and judges. It truly means the world to us. For those of you who might not know, we spend a huge portion of our lives working on this game. 13 years, in fact, which in fact is a third of my life. And we had moments where we wondered if this ambitious idea would ever see the light of day. But here we are, finally sharing this world with you. The heart and soul of Harold Halibut lie in its handmade approach. Every character, every set piece, every tiny prop you see in the game and on the screen was sculpted, painted, and assembled by hand. We wanted to create something that felt tactile and alive. Something that reminded of classic stop-motion animations, yet pushed the boundaries of what a modern game could look like. To be recognized for this effort with the award for visual design is incredibly gratifying. This award really belongs to the entire team. Every single person who poured their creativity, sweat, and occasional tears into Harold Halibut, thank you. You stuck around through the ups, the downs, and the weird experimental phases. We also want to thank our supporters and community. Your encouragement made the tough times easier. Every kind word, every keep going helped. I guess if there is one thing to take away from this is that passion projects can take their time, but they're worth it. Anyway, thank you for this award. It feels a bit wild to be finally talking about a finished game after 13 years of probably next year. We are so grateful, and we hope you enjoy Herald Helibet as much as we enjoyed making it. Thanks again, and enjoy the rest of the show.
If you played Sorry We're Closed recently, you've probably found yourself bobbing your head to the beats of our next presenters.
I'm not the victim, I am the system. I'm not in the wrong with my infinite wisdom.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Elder Mikey's.
And this is Master, and we are Okamura. Now, let's talk music, right? Music has the ability to deepen immersion. It can bring out emotion, and it can create long-lasting impressions. The indie scene in particular knows how to use music to elevate the player experience. I'm talking the haunting melodies that linger as the screen is fading black. I'm talking the sweeping scores that are driving the hearts and the souls. Look, at the end of the day, the right kind of music, that's transforming the soul of the game.
And I ain't gonna hold you. That joint just might be a banger for real.
Facts.
With that being said, here's the nominees for music. Core Keeper by Pug Storm and composer Jonathan Gear. Flock by Hollow Ponds and composer Eli Rainsbury. Pacific Drive by Ironwood Studios.
Sulfur and smoke glows through the snow. It smells like money.
The Cub by Demagogue Studio and composers Shane Barry and Igor Simic.
I am the son of no one.
Thrasher by Puddle Studio and composer Brian Gibson. And Wild Bastards by Blue Manchu and composer Ryan Roth.
And the Indie Game Award goes to?
Man, them folk at Ironwood Studios for Pacific Drive. Come on, man.
You skirting? I swerve when I drive. Let's get it.
Hey everyone, I'm Will Roger, composer of Pacific Drive, and I'd like to thank the Indie Game Awards for choosing our game in the Best Music category. This year had some fantastic soundtracks in the indie scene, and so it's an incredible honor to be recognized along with the other nominees. Pacific Drive was a rare treat for me as a composer, being able to score a game that takes place right in our backyard here in the Pacific Northwest, and to craft every single sound from scratch without any preconceptions of genre. I'd like to recognize D'Anthony Wooten and Sam Suggs for their performances on my score, as well as the over 20 different bands who contributed to our radio soundtrack. I'd also like to thank the brilliant dev team at Ironwood Studios and everyone who contributed to bringing this game to life. And last but not least, my warmest thanks to all of the fans of Pacific Drive. Thank you.
Earlier this year, these two set out to make waves in the industry by introducing drag to players who might not be familiar with the culture. We're thrilled to have them on the show to help us recognize other trailblazers who have made a significant impact on the industry this year.
Hi, I'm Ian, and this is Jess. We're two of the developers behind Drag Her, a 2D fighting game showcasing drag royalty.
Some studios don't just create games, they change the industry. Throughout the night, we'll be honoring 4 trailblazers whose actions speak louder than words. Studios, individuals, and organizations making a lasting impact and setting new standards for innovation, inclusivity, sustainability, and creativity.
Their groundbreaking efforts are not only shaping the future of our industry, but inspiring the next generation of developers to dream bigger and bolder.
Hello, Indie Game Awards. My name is Aubrey Nelson Jr. I'm the studio head over at Strange Scaffold, and I speak on behalf of myself and everyone at the studio who I get to collaborate with when I say just how much it means to be recognized in this way. Thank you so much for this honor. And I'm now recording this just straight off my phone in a vertical format to be as authentic as possible, especially for those who are familiar with my TikTok presence, speaking from the heart sincerely with as few bells and whistles as possible. To make a very long story short, I never intended Strange Scaffold to be a monolithic idea of what a quote-unquote good indie studio can or should be. I hope it demonstrates is what's possible if at every layer of a studio, much like a game design problem, you work from your values. I don't want to bring perfect things into the world, even if that were possible. I want to bring more things into the world with collaborators who are empowered and can go on to, in their own communities, with their own visions of games, continue to make games in ways that make them feel strong and safe. I get to work from those values every day because I have had the extreme blessing to run into a cavalcade of extremely talented and good people. People like Tom Vanita and Meredith Hall and Kawatiano and Candice Udert and RJ Lake and Romero Bonacausen. The names go on and on. Thanks to all those people and many, many more, Strange Scaffold has had the opportunity to ship 15 games in 5 years, and we've got a lot more on the way. So to end this somewhat long-winded acceptance, I really hope that this is the takeaway for people who are watching what Strange Scaffold is doing and has done over the past few years. It's that a game studio is not a binary template of a thing that you do. A game studio is a home. You can fill it with things that you love, not with giant spiky furniture just because that's what someone tells you makes a home good. Smash.
And we all sing. Break shit, kill people, break shit, kill people, break shit, kill people, break shit. Break shit, kill people, break shit, kill people, break shit, kill people, break shit. Break shit, kill people, break shit, kill people, break shit, kill people, break shit. Break shit, kill people, break shit.
Our next guest understands it's not the size of the game that matters, but the impacts they can make.
Hi, this is Ben Laserbeam, Program Director of the Playtopia Festival and a member of the video game band Team Laserbeam. Over the last decade, Team Laserbeam has been committed to creating aggressively short punk games that deliver maximum impact in the shortest time possible, so I'm really honored to be presenting the Bite Size Game Award. I think short games are so important. I think that it is so great seeing developers respecting the time of their players and giving them experiences that are just as impactful as longer games are. And I think it's a rebellious act creating short games like this, which are often sort of non-commercial. They're the kind of games that you could never see coming out of the AAA space, and it's the kind of thing that only indies can do. So high fives to everyone that's nominated for this award. You all make beautiful, amazing games, and I really hope we're going to see more stuff like this in the future. Here are the nominees for Bite Size Game. Buckshot Roulette by Mike Klipnika. Click Holding by Strange Scaffold. Duck Detective: The Secret Salami by Happy Broadley Games. Minami Lane by Doot. Please Touch the Artwork 2 by Thomas Vaterzoy. Thank Goodness You're Here by Cole Supper. And the Indie Game Award goes to Thank Goodness You're Here by Cold Supper. Yeah!
Hi everyone, James here from Cold Supper.
Will here from Cold Supper.
We're here in Barnsley Town Centre. We just wanted to say a big heartfelt thank you for the award.
Thank you.
Our next presenter understands the intricacies of crafting a game from tooth and bone all by themselves.
Hi, my name is Madison, and I'm a solo developer. Making games by yourself requires you to spend a huge percentage of your life sitting alone at your desk and obsessing over your craft and making things. Starting a game is easy and finishing a game is grueling, and it's amazing that any game gets made at all, but especially when it's just one human dedicating their life to make something. So our next award celebrates those people who choose to spend their time alone making things for others. Here are the nominees for solo development. Animal Well by Billy Basso. Children of the Sun by Renee Rother. Crypt Custodian by Kyle Thompson. Knuckle Sandwich by Andy Brophy. Magical Delicacy by Skull. And the Indie Game Award goes to Animal Well by Billy Basso.
Thank you so much. This is just extremely cool. I spent about 7 years working on Animal Well, and for most of that time it was just this kind of secret personal project that I was kind of embarrassed to even say the name of. So to see it get this level of recognition is very unreal to me. IGN and 6-1 Indie were some of the first groups to even cover Animal Well back when it was still relatively obscure and hardly anyone knew about it. So this feels super genuine. While I did work on Animal Well alone, I still had plenty of help making it into something that many people could actually have access to and marketing it. So I want to thank some people for that. First, my business partner, Dan Edelman, who lent the project his sort of business and marketing wisdom. And when he joined the project, I was able to transition to working full-time, which was amazing. I want to thank Jason and Leah and everybody at Big Mode. I'm still super honored that you chose Animal Well as your first published title. And then I want to thank my girlfriend Madison, who's another solo developer, for just talking with me each day about game design and art and programming, and also for giving me this award. And then, I just want to thank the broader community in general, all the people, in the Discord server, the moderators, people making guides and fan art and video essays and mods, and there's just so much stuff that I keep finding on the internet that blows my mind, and all that stuff just makes it into an infinitely larger bit of culture than what I initially made, and for that I'll always be grateful. Thank you so much.
You may have noticed that one game was missing from the category, Aerial Knight's We Never Yield. Back when the nominees dropped, Neil reached out to us and let us know that We Never Yield wasn't a traditionally solo developed game, so he respectfully withdrew it from consideration. However, we still wanted to invite Neil on to be a part of the ceremony and share a few words about Daniel Wilkins, the talented composer behind the Never Yield music, who tragically passed away in November.
Hi, I'm Neil. I was Dan's best friend for a very long time, almost 17 years, where we went to school together, we got our first bank accounts together, and we worked on the Never Yield games together. And I just want to take a second to tell you all how much of an amazing person, developer, and friend Dan was. Dan was a nerd, just like me. He loved nothing more than to talk about video games, to play video games, to argue about all types of different things in the video game space, but also call me very early in the morning and talk about what anime I just absolutely had to watch. I want to tell you how much of a dope person he was, how inspiring he was, how he had all these creative and different ideas that would have contributed to video games and just music in general. I could sit here and talk about Dan and how dope he was forever, but we don't have time for that. I would just like to tell you how Dan would love an event like this that honors and praises game developers and gives them their flowers while they're here. One of my favorite things to think about is how there was a time where this guy came up to me and Dan while we were at some event, and he just started telling Dan how amazing he was and how much he loved the music that he created, and how Dan talked about that for days, because oftentimes we don't praise developers. We don't tell them how much we appreciate the work they create. All Dan ever wanted was to make music for video games. So I want to take the time to thank you for giving us the opportunity to make games for you all, for giving us the opportunity to live our dream, and and to let you know how much of a dope person that man was, and how much I'm going to miss him. And my hope for all of you is that you all find a friend as good as he was to me. Thank you all so much.
Try to keep up. I keep it going, now bringing me down. I keep on flowing like I live in it now. Like a river, I be dripping in style. I'm running wild now, I'm on the way anyway, cause I took a different route. Say it loud, I say it proud, I'm never gonna quit. Too legit, need no assist, I'm always in a mix. Ain't never seen anything quite like this.
I will only ask once, boys. Give me the crown.
We back.
Playcrafting was integral to our start in the industry, so we're honored to have one of the key members of their crew on to present the category for innovation.
Hey everyone, I'm Christy Pride, this is Dio, and we work at Playcrafting. Over at Playcrafting, we work to bring events, resources, paid opportunities, and a sense of community to devs at all stages of their career. And tonight, I am so honored to present the award for innovation. Innovation lies at the heart of the indie scene, making indies the lifeblood of the entire industry. It's where new ideas are born and the boundaries of gaming are consistently pushed. Tonight, we recognize the games that stand out for their bold creativity, ones that challenge conventions and redefine expectations. Beyond their artistry, innovative games help democratize the medium. They remind us that gaming isn't solely defined by multi-million-dollar blockbusters. It's an accessible canvas for anyone with a vision. Here are the nominees for innovation. Cryptmaster by Paul Hart, Lee Williams, and Akupara Games. Karmazoo by Pasta Games. Lorelei and the Laser Eyes by Simogo. Arara by Sven Algrim, Mathilde Hoffmann, and Bastian Klausdorf. Rusty's Retirement by Mr. Morris Games. UFO 50 by Mossmouth. And the Indie Game Award goes to Crypt Master by Paul Hart, Lee Williams, and Akupara Games. Congratulations.
Hello, I am the Crypt Master, and I have decided to grace this ceremony with my presence and collect my award in person. After all, it is my game, and I did single-handedly make it in the face of great adversity. For example, the oafish meddling of my two chief minions, Paul Hart and Lee Williams, the Laurel and Hardy of game development. Also, continued interference from David Logan and his gang of clowns at Akupara Games, plus incessant noise from the composer Surashu and the game's voice cast of insufferable old hams. So I'm not thanking any of that shower. I gather it's also customary on these occasions to thank the players for enjoying the game. But then I've seen what those degenerates have been doing in my crypt. I will, however, thank the Indie Game Awards for recognizing my excellence. They are a beacon of sanity and have my eternal gratitude. Thank you, Indie Game Awards. This is my award. I'm worth it. I'm keeping it. I deserve it. Good night.
Life happens in the blink of an eye, and our next presenter understands how emotionally devastating that can be.
Hi, my name is Richard Beer. I am the engineer and one of the developers of the game Before Your Eyes, released in 2021. We won a BAFTA award. Very proud of what we've done and the impact that the game has had on our fans and our players. Games have a rare ability to move us, making us feel things we didn't expect and creating connections that stay with us long after the credits roll. Tonight, we honor the indies that have profoundly resonated with us this past year. Games that offer personal, emotional, and thematic experiences that leave us a lasting impression. Or, to put it simply, ones that have made us bawl our eyes out. Here are the nominees for emotional impact. In Stars in Time by Insert Disc 5. Kind Words 2 by Pop Cannibal. Neva by Nomada Studios. Self-Loss by Goodwin Games. Thirsty Suitors by Outer Loop Games. Until Then by Polychroma Games. And the Indie Game Award goes to Neva by Nomada Studios.
Hi, this is Adrian Covas from Nomada Studio. And I'm Roger Mendoza, and we want to thank you for this award. It's a huge honor among such great games. We want to accept this award on behalf of all the people at Nomada Studio, Berenice, and everyone who contributed in this project.
And of course, we would like to thank the players for supporting us. It is great to see that there's still room for personal stories in video games. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello, IGAs, and thank you for this award for recognizing how shitty the industry was for a lot of people over the last year. It's a weird thing to win an award for, but fuck it, here we are. We put up that billboard at Summer Games Fest last year. Shit, I guess that was this year. To pay tribute to our friends who got laid off, but also to let the industry at large know that there are still studios out there like New Blood who give a shit, who will always love and respect our friends who make those games. And the truth is, that kind of stuff only happens at the indie level. We don't have any investors, we don't have any shareholders, and we don't have any masters, so we can do whatever the fuck we want. We do have a lot of friends, but we are a small company, so we can't hire all those developers. We can't fund all their new projects, but we could put up a finger or we could put up a billboard. So if you take anything away from that billboard or all the layoffs that have happened over the last year, I'll say what I said back then over the summer, and that's to hire those developers, follow their new projects, and shout out when you see them. Oh shit, look what these former Roll7 devs are doing. Look what these former Arcane devs are doing. Trust me, they're doing some cool shit. I've seen it. Indie games are the beating heart of the video game industry, and there is absolutely no amount of corporate greed or bullshit layoffs that is ever going to change that.
Back in the Wii U days, there was one indie in particular that helped break into the mainstream with a shovel in hand. And here we are, a decade later, still talking about it today.
Gameplay design is all about creating mechanics that flow seamlessly, challenge us in just the right way, and keep us fully immersed in our experience. Our next category recognizes indies that have excelled in this area, ones that not only offer stellar mechanics, but make us think outside the box. Like using a shovel for more than just digging. Here are the nominees for gameplay design. Balatro by Local Thunk. Grun by Sock Pop Collective. Mini Shoot Adventures by Soul Game Studio. Nine Souls by Red Candle Games. Teeny Glade by Pounce Light. Victory Heat Rally by Sky Devil Palm. And the Indie Game Award goes to Balatro by Local Thunk.
Thank you for the Gameplay Design Award for Balatro. I adore interesting systems and emergent synergies when I play games, and I set out to create something with those elements for myself and for a few friends of mine when I started working on Balatro 3 years ago. I love that I ended up being able to share this passion project with so many players from all over the world. I want to thank everyone involved in the creation of this game. The whole team at PlayStack, Louis F., the musician, Martin DeMayer, my friends, my family, and my partner. I would not be here right now without your support.
Our next presenter is no imposter, never sus, and arguably wears way too many hats throughout the industry.
Hi, I'm Victoria Tran, the Community Director at Innersloth, creators of the game Among Us. I'm also the co-signer at our indie game fund Outersloth, a Wholesome Games co-organizer, GDC advisor, and I write a monthly community dev newsletter. As you can probably tell, community management is very important to me, very dear to my heart, and it's a title that covers so much more than most people realize. Whether it's an individual or a whole team, they're the unsung heroes who wear many, many hats and capes, and I guess you could say pants and other clothing items, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Really, they're handling everything from player support to keeping conversations positive, marketing, sometimes PR, organizing events, managing feedback, it goes on. They endure a lot, but their work is vital in creating a space where players feel heard, valued, and connected. Our next award celebrates those who have gone above and beyond to foster a vibrant, inclusive community in an industry that can make doing so a little bit challenging at times. Here are your nominees for community management. Aggro Crab. Black Tabby Games. Local Thunk. Massive Monster. NPC Studio. Pounce Light. And the Indie Game Award goes to Aggro Crab.
Holy shuck. Thank you so much for the award in community management at the Indie Game Awards. When we got told that Aggro Crab won, I think I handled it pretty well. That's so cool. Like, I just think that I held it together. Like, I really don't think you could tell how I was feeling. I want to bring attention to the studios, devs, and community managers that were also nominated for this category. So please make sure that you check out Black Tabby Games, NPC Studio, Pounce Light, Local Thunk, and also our beloved friends over at Massive Monster. I never thought I would get the opportunity to meet so many incredible people through running the community at Aggro Crab. Over 3 years later, we've grown over 600,000 crab fans across multiple platforms and even more who have played our games. As a community, we always try to bend the limits on what we can say and do as marketing and community. I mean, we're making games. Why can't we tweet about how there are microplastics in your balls and there's nothing you can do about it? Or that we added a gun? Or that Krill has a dumpy. Or that time that we literally just tweeted peanut.
No, you can't say that one.
Why not?
Because a bunch of people are going to be watching, and you probably don't want all of them to hear you say the word peanut.
I want to thank every player in our community who has either purchased our games, played them, said hello at conventions, or even drawn incredibly raunchy fan art that I will never, ever unsee with my eyes. You freaks. Thanks to the support of our community as well, we've managed to raise over $70,000 for a variety of ocean conservation charities, including WDC and Sustainable Coastlines. That's the equivalent of buying another crab's treasure about 2,000 times. You are why we're here today and why we can do such things. Community management is something that is a team effort. I'm so grateful to lead the community for our insane studio, but our community is as incredible as it is thanks to my partners in crime. I mean, our entire studio is filled with talented devs who were willing to pitch in with helping to make funny videos or even pitch an idea or especially help with the freaky content that I couldn't do alone, and I wouldn't have it any other way. They're the best and they are what makes Aggro Crab who we are. And finally, I want to give a huge thank you to the community managers of Aotearoa in New Zealand and all of the other community managers throughout the world. You are the backbone of the gaming community, and do not let anyone else tell you otherwise. It would be a mess without every single one of you. So thank you again, and Godspeed.
Hey, we're so honored that Outer Sloth is one of the Industry Impact recipients. That's super cool. Forrest, that's this guy, Inner Sloth, and I are really happy to see how it's taken off like this. For those who don't know, Outer Sloth is our indie game fund that we made after the success of our previous games, Among Us and the Henry Stickmin collection. Thank you so much to anyone who has bought those games, played them, continues to play them. You help us do cool stuff like this, and also just help us survive and grow as a studio with no investors, publishers, or acquisitions. Outer Sloth was designed to offer deals we would have wanted back in our less popular Among Us days. It's our way of combating predatory deals that don't keep the developer's sustainability or success in mind. Unfortunately, we have seen a lot of those, we have experienced them, we have been offered them, etc. So yeah, it's a little wild out there. But sharing our success and supporting indie games is incredibly important to us, so we hope this helps devs gain a little bit more independence. Alongside Casey Yano from Megacrit and a mystery friend contributing to the Outer Sloth money pool, we've signed 7 games since our reveal this year for a total of 16 games and growing. Outer Sloth is our passion project and dream for a better, more sustainable industry. If you'd like to find out more and maybe wishlist the games there, buy the games there, you can always find us at outersloth.com. Either way, keep supporting indie games. Thank you so much.
Last week, the Women-Led Games Showcase gave us a glimpse of what's to come in 2025. Tonight, they're here to recognize the standout achievements from the past year.
Hi, I'm Shar, the founder and director of Women-Led Games. Indies have always thrived on creativity and fresh perspectives, and tonight we celebrate a studio that's pushing the boundaries of both. Our next award honors the outstanding achievements of a game developed by a women-led team, one that reflects the diverse for greater, more inclusive, and more exciting. Here are the nominees for Women-Led Game. Board Let's by Anti Games, Key Locker by Munana, Love Ghosty by Janbei Games, Mexico 1921 A Deep Slumber by Macala Interactive, Nightmare Cart by LW Media, and The Crimson Diamond by Julia Minamata. And the Indie Game Award goes to Mexico 1921 A Deep Slumber by Macala Interactive.
Hello, everyone. First of all, thank you for taking us into account for this huge honor. Mexico 1921 is our first game for a lot of us in the team, so it's really a crazy thought that we get to be here and that we get the recognition from our peers and from people we admire. It's been a long journey, so I really want to thank our team for making this story a reality and for allowing us to toggle the line between what a game really is. Is a game really an archive? Can an archive be a game? It's been a crazy journey, so all I can really say is thank you for this time, for this space, and I hope we can continue to build a world where games like this and stories like this have a chance. So thank you.
Our next presenter is no stranger when it comes to writing for demons, gods, and secretive townsfolks.
Howdy, I'm Sun M of Perfect Garbage fame, and I'm here to introduce Narrative for the Indie Game Awards. A great story can transport us to new worlds, make us feel deeply for characters we've never met, and challenge our ideas about the world around us. The following indies deliver just that: an unforgettable narrative filled with compelling characters, immersive worlds, and thought-provoking themes. Here are the nominees for narrative. 1000 Times Resist by Sunset Visitor, Arco by Arco Team, Caravan Sandwich by Studio Plain Toast, Fear the Spotlight by Cozy Game Pals, Last Time I Saw You by Naboroshi Artworks, and Mouthwashing by Wrong Organ. And the Indie Game Award for Best Narrative goes to 1000x Resist by Sunset Visitor. Congratulations!
Fine.
Hi, my name is Remy Siu, and I'm the creative director at Sunset Visitor Studios.
Hello, I'm Pinky Lee, and I am writer and narrative designer at Sunset Visitor Studios. On behalf of the cast and crew of 1000 Times Resist, thank you. We're so grateful and honored to be awarded Best Narrative.
We want to thank our team, Colin McDougall, and Tan, and Kodai Yanagawa.
We'd like to thank our composers and sound artists, Justin O'Coin, Lynn Cacho, Drew Redman, as well as Connor Wiley, J. Lo, James Neves, and our family and friends and mentors for all of their years of support.
As well as our publisher, Fellow Traveler, and the Canada Media Fund for making the game possible. We'd also like to take a moment to thank and congratulate our fellow nominees, which are some of our favorite games this year. Arco, Caravan Sandwich, Last Time I Saw You, Fear the Spotlight, and Mouthwashing. So please buy those games.
We've been blown away by the engagement, support, and love for 1000 Times Resist. To everyone who has taken a moment to play our game, thank you. It means so much to us. And more than ever before, we are reflecting on the power and the privilege of storytelling.
I want to dedicate this award to our grandparents and pets, many of whom passed away during the development of this game. And we wouldn't be the same people we are today without them. So thank you to them for giving us something to carry. Heki Grace.
Heki Grace.
Hi everybody, I'm Tim Schafer from Day of the Devs. On behalf of the whole Day of the Devs board of directors, the curation committee, and the whole crew that puts together all these shows every year, I want to say thank you to the Indie Game Awards for recognizing Day of the Devs and its efforts to highlight the best in indie games and others. We have been around for over a decade, but last year we became an official nonprofit. Just to make our mission clear, which is this isn't something that we are doing to make money, but something we're doing really to just celebrate video games, to promote the art form, to highlight games that might be overlooked, and also highlight the developers that make those games and bring them together with the fans in a really fun atmosphere that is much more of a games festival than a conference of any kind. So thanks again to the Indie Game Awards, and thanks to the whole Day of the Devs crew and everyone who volunteers to put those shows together and spend the time to find the best games out there to bring them to everyone's attention. Thanks to all the developers who share their games and everyone who's shown up to our live show in San Francisco or watched the trailers online. Thanks for supporting Day of the Devs for all these years.
At PAX East 2023, we met with Toge Productions to discuss an idea for this next category, an award to honor someone who makes a significant impact through storytelling each year. When it came time to choose the first recipient, and therefore name the award after them moving forward, there was only one clear choice.
Thank you. Thanks for the opening, Kim, because I won't be able to do that, yeah. So, my name is Muhammad Fahmi, but you can just call me Fahmi.
Hi, I'm Chris Anthony, founder and CEO of Toge Productions. I work on Coffee Talk together with Fahmi. Fahmi is a great game director, a great colleague, and a great friend. He had made a huge impact during his time at Toge Productions, not only to our studio and everyone in it, but also to the wider indie game development community. Through his games and his kindness, he inspired many people all around the world. I hope that his memories and legacy will continue to be remembered and that his work will be able to inspire many more.
Hi, my name is Sasha Ariana from Pixelnesia and Toge Productions. I had the privilege of being one of Fahmi's closest friends and collaborators. I've worked alongside him on What Comes After and After Love EP. Since his passing, I've taken on the responsibility of continuing the narrative work for After Love EP in his honor. Fahmi was more than a friend to me, and his loss was a profound blow that left me deeply shaken for a long time. And witnessing the collective grief within the indie game community only reaffirmed how deeply his absence is felt. And it's no exaggeration to say that the industry lost a voice that is truly irreplaceable. Fahmi was a storyteller of rare passion and vision, brimming with narratives he longed to share with the world. And although his time with us was far too brief, I take solace in the stories that he brought to life through his games. And I hope we continue to share stories to each other in whatever medium we see fit and carry his legacy forward.
Selaku orang tua Muhammad Fahmi, merasa bangga menerima penghargaan ini. Terima kasih kepada pihak penyelenggara atas apresiasi yang diberikan untuk Fahmi. Terima kasih juga kami sampaikan kepada semua pihak yang selama ini selalu mensupport Fahmi.
Kecintaan dia akan industri game lah yang membawa namanya dikenal. Bagi Fahmi, game bukan sekedar hiburan, namun juga sarana membangun imajinasi dan menciptakan dunia yang bermakna. Penghargaan ini menunjukkan betapa besar dampak yang dia tinggalkan. Meskipun Fahmi sudah tidak bersama kita, semangat dan cerita-ceritanya masih hidup di hati kita dan terus menginspirasi bagi siapa saja yang memainkannya.
Thank you so much. Coffee Talk was a very personal project for me. It helped me through a very weird time in my life, and I'm glad if it can help you in some kind of ways too. I just want to say thank you. This game basically changed my life, and you, the players, are part of the things that changed my life for the better. So thank you so much.
Our final presenter of the evening is currently developing what we and many believe will be a future Game of the Year contender here at the IGAs.
No pressure.
Well, hello and welcome all you party people. We finally made it. We're here at the final award of the night. My name is Davion Gooden. I'm the creative director over at Studio Xavier and the developer of the surreal adventure RPG, She Dreams Elsewhere, coming soon. And it is my honor and a privilege to present the big kahuna, the big cheese itself, Game of the Year. Now, look, I know we all just love award season. We all love the discourse. We all love asking questions like, oh, what's the point of award shows? And why did this get nominated? Why didn't that get nominated? Davion, when's your game coming out? And honestly, all those thoughts and questions are valid and also extremely stupid. Because Game of the Year, it's more than just a title. It's more than just an award. It's a celebration. It's a celebration of the games that have come out and had a profound impact on this industry and its players, whether it be for their artistic direction, excellence in storytelling, unique gameplay mechanics, or because they were really just that good. The following indies have done just that. They've captured our imaginations and redefined what's possible within our industry. And on behalf of our entire community, I am so grateful for their existence. So without further ado, here are the 10 lovely nominees for Game of the Year. 1,000 Times Resist by Sunset Visitor. Animal Will by Billy Basso. Arco by Arco Team. Balatro by Local Thunk. Crypt Custodian by Kyle Thompson. Lorelei and the Laser Eyes by Simogo. Mouthwashing by Wrong Organ. Never by Namada Studio. Nine Souls by Red Candle Games. And UFO 50 by Mossmouth. So, without further shenanigans, the Indie Game Award goes to Balatro by Local Thunk.
I'm honored to accept this award for Game of the Year. I've had the pleasure of playing some incredible indie games in this past year, including a lot of the fellow nominees, and I'm so proud to represent such a vibrant, creative, and diverse corner of the games industry. Our games are able to take big design and aesthetic risks in a way that AAA games cannot, and I believe 2024 was truly a banner year for independent games. However, the thing that sticks out to me the most since I announced Balatro is the incredible love and support from my fellow indie devs. This is a hard industry, and every person I've spoken to has been passionate, kind, and willing to lend a helping hand without fail. There are a lot of wonderful humans in this line of work, and I would love to share this award with every one of them. I stood on a lot of shoulders to be here, and I hope I can pay a fraction of the success forward.
That we know the proper pronunciation of Balatro and we know who we're mailing all these awards to, that is a wrap on the inaugural Indie Game Awards.
Congratulations to all of our nominees and recipients, and thank you to all of our incredible presenters who took the time to help us celebrate a fantastic year for indies.
To all of our fellow showcases, journalists, content creators, organizations, and more who made tonight a reality, thank you. The IGA started as a text exchange back in 2022 amongst the 6-1 Indie crew, and it feels surreal to be here with you all in this moment.
Once again, thanks to the sponsors who came in to support the ceremony at a moment's notice. Pocket Pair, Very OK Vinyl, V Publishing, and the Powell Group, as well as Playcrafting and Brookland for throwing the official viewing party.
While tonight was a celebration for the scene, it would be foolish to end the evening without recognizing how tough of a year it's been. As Dave discussed earlier, thousands of lives have been negatively affected by layoffs, studio closures, and consolidation, and unfortunately, it doesn't end there. The war in Ukraine continues to wreak havoc on so many lives. Palestinian and Lebanese families continue to suffer in the Middle East. Women's rights are dwindling. The livelihoods of our queer, trans, and BIPOC friends and family are put at risk daily. It's now more important than ever to treat one another with kindness and respect and support those you love. So with air in your lungs and blood in your veins, thank you all for being here with us to celebrate the games that help give us an escape.
The Indie Game Awards will return in 2025, and gears are already in motion to elevate this proof of concept into an unforgettable event for the foreseeable future. We want to build the IGAs together, so if you have a moment, we'd love to hear your feedback. Head on over to the official website where you can fill out a survey with your thoughts on tonight's ceremony. And of course, don't forget to support all of the nominees, presenters, and more by checking out the IGA Steam event.
Thank you, happy holidays, and play more indies.